Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm going to cover the Hunter's Fury armor set with its perks and its talent, Apex Predator. So what exactly is Apex Predator? You guys can already see it there. Enemies within 15 meters will receive a debuff, amplify weapons damage 20%, and then on a enemy kill with that debuff over their heads, you'll disorient and you'll get amplify weapons damage by 5% for 10 seconds times 5. So it stacks up to an additional 25% damage. So, how does Apex Predator work? Well, you can see here in the footage, as soon as you start to roll up on enemies, you're going to get the Hunter's Fury icon above their heads. You're within the 15-meter range. And once you kill one, remember 20% weapons damage. Once you kill them with the buff, with the debuff over the head, they're going to disorient. You can see that there. And that's going to amplify your damage. Now, also keep in mind when using this, it also helps you to, pretty much map out where your enemy is located at since that icon appears over their head. So if they're hiding, it helps you better identify where the enemies are located in case if you're not using a particular, if you don't have a pulse where you can see where the ads are. So in this case, this is where Apex Predator does come in handy with helping you identifying the targets in the map if they're well hidden. All right, switch over to weapons. Remember, this is for our newer agents, in particular for this build. So, running exotic SMG Backfire. You can see the perks here. You got SMG damage, 21% critical hit chance, and then damage out of cover. If you don't have this, you're going to have to farm Countdown or the Summit loot specific drop SMG specifically in order to get this. If you run with a squad, if someone gets it, they could gift it to you. That's the best and only fast approach in regards to acquiring this SMG. Now, going to the perk or the talent itself, it is a payment in kind. Dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of 2%. Critical hit damage up to 100 stacks. That lasts 10 seconds. So we can get 200% critical hit damage total with this talent itself. Now, the downfall to this is on reload, you will apply a bleed to yourself. That's going to deal 0.5% armor damage per stack. Um, Simpler way we can bypass this so we can fully take advantage of that 200% critical hit damage without damaging our armor. Now, in order for this build to work, you will need the NinjaBike Messenger backpack. Only way to get it, again, you're gonna have to farm Countdown or Summit to have somebody gift it to you, or you're gonna grind it out until it drops for you. Only way to get this, you need this in order to complete this build. Now, for the backpack itself, we're going to take full advantage of its talent, resourcefulness, slots in with any equipped gear set or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. So, how does this work exactly? I'll show you how. So using resourcefulness, we have the Seska. I have my 20% hazard protection and crit hit chance using the backpack. Take the backpack off, and now go back to Seska. I only have access to 8% critical hit chance. So resourcefulness talent is no longer active, and it doesn't give me access to that 20%. Equip it back on, and now I have that 20% hazard protection, which is what you need in order for this build to work. We need that 20% hazard protection. So the backpack comes in clutch with this. Plus, with this backpack, you don't need any modifications. You can run this without mods, and it will work perfectly fine. All right, guys. So we're going to cover the build setup itself. So we're going to be running the gunner specialization. First up, we'll cover the Hunter's Fury gear set. We're running 4 pieces. I'm sorry, running 3 pieces in combination with the Ninja backpack. So for the mask itself, blue armor core, 10% has protection. Uh, bleed resist mod, 10% bleed resist mod. You're gonna need 2 bleed resist mods. I have one at 10% and one at 9.9%. You need this in order to bypass the uh, the backfire talent, which causes you to bleed. Okay, so this is what we're gonna need. I'll show you that in stats. You can get these mods by loot specific dropping these mods on Countdown or these summits. Only way to get these mods, they're pretty hard to come by, so that's why this build it takes a little bit of time to acquire this. But once you get it, you can run this all the time. You can run it every season. You don't need modifiers to help this. So that's the benefit for this build. Now that's the mask. Got the gloves here, armor core, has protection, holster here, weapons core with has protection as well. Now going into the chest piece. Chest piece is going to be the Bellstone. You guys can run whatever you want here. I prefer the Bellstone because you're running gunner. You get 10% armor on kill, and then that's amplified based off of how many armored cores you have. So I get the benefit of having armor regen and 10% armor on kill. Since we got the brand set unlocks the second perk thanks to the Ninja backpack. And here's the mods: armor core, hazard protection, critical hit damage, and that's that 9.9% bleed resist that I got. And we're gonna run obliterate. That's an additional 20% weapons damage. And then for the knees, I'm running the Seska. Again, you're going to need this because it gives you that 8% critical hit chance, and you getting access to that 20% hazard protection using the Ninja backpack. So that's a weapons core, critical hit damage, and 10% hazard protection. So this is how this whole setup will work in order to, bypass the payment in kind, the self bleed that you cause from reloading. You completely bypass that, you won't bleed. Now, for the skills, I'm running the Reviver Hive. You can run whatever you want for the skills on the first part. I would recommend that you run the Crusader Ballistic Shield here because of the Ninja Backpack. You got that armor core and skill tier, so it bumps up your skill tier to a tier 5. So you get that active regeneration, 200% shield health, and holstered regeneration. So that helps out a ton with this build itself. Now, stats, covering stats real quick. You can see weapons damage 109, 54% crit hit chance, and then 95% crit hit damage. Now, remember, because of Backfire, you get 200% critical hit damage. So you're going to get 295% here, and you need that critical hit chance at least at 50% versus crit hit damage because these work hand in hand or to amplify damage on that SMG. Okay. Now you're getting 70% all weapons bonus damage, that 45% SMG damage, 30% shotgun damage bonus. I ain't cover shotgun. Shotgun, you use whatever shotgun you want. That don't matter. You use whatever you want. Now, here's what you get it. You're going to get at 1.4 armor. We're sitting at 1.5 essentially. And armor kill, because you have armor cores, you're going to get close to 600k armor and kill back. So that's the whole point of running 4 armor cores here and only 2 red cores. Because the more armor cores you have, the more armor you're going to get back on kill. That's how that works. And for the mods themselves, you can see, remember, hazard protection covers all the hazards, all of them. Okay, it covers all of them. So that's what that is. So now in combination with me having that 10% bleed resist and that 9%, it bumped me up to 99.9%. So when I reload, I won't bleed. It completely bypasses the bleed. So you're getting all the benefits of the 200% critical hit damage from the SMG, and you're completely bypassing the bleed effect. So, and you get an armor and kill thanks to Hunter's Fury build. So this is how this whole entire setup works when you use everything in combination. So we'll try it out and see how it runs. See how this holds up on a heroic. Oh, I need help. All right, cool. Seriously. What the heck is going on, man? Why are there so many ads right here? And then you got a mix of true sons in here too. Oh, that's a boss. He's down. This dude is all the way over here. I didn't even see the fucking heavy right there. Of course.
High threat enemy patrol detected.
That's why. It's an elite patrol. Shit. Oh shit. Where'd she go? Oh, they ran. Of course.
Heavily armored hostiles detected.
Damn, that melted that boss. That build held. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, cheers guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.